What way do you see as the most promising to bring the newly discovered Mediterranean gas to the market?
Well, regarding that, there's a lot of possibilities because we are facing different situations according to what countries we are talking about. Generally, I would start by saying that this should be a result of cost evaluation or cost-benefit evaluation. Generally speaking, we believe that LNG is perhaps the safest bet. And for that now, you try to go for what I would call the lowest equity possible. So you should be fast and you should make it, let's say, at the least possible cost. If you get it too expensive, you're killing your demand. If you're coming in too late, you're facing difficulties such as what's going on in Europe with the decarbonization effort. So we have two different realities in the northern part of the Mediterranean, the energy union from the European Union. You have, generally speaking, consumption going down, a lot of concern with climate change. So you have a lot of goals that you have to meet in order to decrease your, let's say, carbon footprint. In the southern part of the Mediterranean, you have a different situation where, for instance, you have big countries like Algeria that are going to use a lot of gas for power generation, which is not in line with what we have just heard from the International Energy Agency. But you also have countries such as Egypt that were heavy importers lately once they had, let's say, utilized all of their knowingly existing resources. But lately, with the new discoveries, they will be able to use them for their own market. So, but I would say that LNG will probably be the best way. I think it will be with economic solutions such as floating storage and regasification. You're not talking about reception. I don't think the future is that bright for trans-regional pipelines because they're very expensive and they will be facing maybe some political challenges. One fine example is the EastMed. It's a nice project, but even within the European Union, there are some opposition. So that's my personal view, just personal.
What role can regulators, and in particular MEDREG, play to support the TSOs in making the Mediterranean gas available to the market?
Well, exactly what we have been witnessing in this conference. So what they have been doing in these last few years, so sitting everyone together, not only the regulators themselves, but all the stakeholders, and trying to bring into the conversation table people that usually will not speak to one another due to political differences. So this is a very diversified region. And so there are a lot of different approaches to, let's say, the use of energy and how you should meet your country's energy demand, different maturities. Even, for instance, we in Europe, I'm an European, so we have maybe this trend to see things in a very unbundled way with very nice regulation, but we have to look at other needs and maybe different stages in terms of evolution. Well, our native stocks are going down, such we've heard about in the northern part, the Groningen gas. But now we have in the Mediterranean these resources, and they will be used for the countries, mostly for the countries where we found them. So that it's a lot of interaction with a lot of different views, and that can only be enriching. And by speaking and having these transparency initiatives, I think it will be beneficial for everyone.